Hello, today I have plate number 14 from the Kitty Collection to show you. This collection focuses a lot on butterflies, so there's a lot of plates that have the butterfly wings that you can make, use to turn your nail into a butterfly wing. If you want a plate that can turn your fingernail into a butterfly wing, you can get this one and probably get what you need out of one of these wings that, whichever one suits your fancy. But don't overlook that there are a lot of other beautiful things on here. And like I always tell you, don't just look at the shapes of things to determine what they are for you. So like over here, this butterfly, you're never going to get that on a finger, of course. I mean, even your thumb, that's just way too big. So what you want to do is look here at the designs and the different things that they can do for you. So let me kind of walk you through this plate quickly and show you what I see. Okay, so let's look at this plate a little bit more carefully. So there's lots of little flower and butterfly designs all in here that you can use. Like you could use this as a full nail image in the background here. Or you could pick up those butterflies if you want just the butterflies on their own. I'm noticing as I'm looking at this that my plate seems to have a little bit of a flaw here in this butterfly pattern. So what I'm going to do is contact MoYou-London and ask for a replacement. They're usually really great about sending if there's ever any issue. Whenever I've had to talk to them about anything, I get response back really quickly. But this is actually a good accidental lesson to look closely at your plates when you get them. If you order 5 or 10 plates at a time, maybe you're not going to end up using one for a couple weeks. Just give them a once over. Make sure that everything's cool because even the best company can have engraving issues now and then. But this one is it could act as a full nail pattern for little bitty butterflies. And I like this. This has a sort of an animal print, almost like a leopardy sort of feel. It's one of those butterflies that has more of a pretty animal print. If you have a small nail, you could definitely use that as a full nail image. If you have bigger nails, probably not. We also have some pretty foliage on this plate. So this is a little leaf sprig that's a little bit different from anything else I have. Some beautiful roses. And then, of course, this is one of those leaves. If you want to make your fingernail look like it's a butterfly leaf and you have small nails, you're going to be able to do it with that. I love this. I love this kind of scroll pattern. Not a surprise. I always love those scroll patterns. A couple more that you can use to make your nails a butterfly. But don't forget, especially with something like this, this can be a great, just a great background image in your stamping, just to give you texture on your manicure. It doesn't have to look like a butterfly, especially one like that. And this one's a little bit smaller, so you're probably not going to use it to try to turn your finger into a butterfly, but you're probably going to use just the pattern on that anyway. And then some stars and a cute little butterfly and like a more of a chrysanthemum maybe kind of thing. And then a little bit of scrolling over here that you could use to put on your nail. You can isolate that out. And then one of the things that's really cool about this, of course, this butterfly is way too big. You're never going to get it on your nail, obviously, as a whole, even if you shrink it down. But look at the patterns in here, and also look that they've given you a mirror image and a carbon image. So what I mean by that is when you scrape this and you stamp this on, what's going to be showing through is the polish, your base polish, okay? And then the stamping is going to stamp over in the shape. But on this side, when you put your polish on and scrape it, the design here is going to be in your base polish, and what's going to show on top is the polish that you're scraping because of the way that the etching is opposite. So you could do you could do some really cool things with that, like have one nail where you've got this, and then on the other nail you've got the opposite colors. So you can play around with that and do a lot of things. I've done a manicure like that with the fashionista plates that you can take a look at. And also keep in mind, this is a really pretty design to have on your nail, so you don't necessarily need to use this as a butterfly per se. And I even like this. I'm going to find something to do with this little kind of cool thing here right in the center. Okay, down here we've got flowers that look a little bit more kind of like poinsettia sort of flowers, a couple more butterflies, and I love this ivy. Very, very cool ivy with little sort of, I don't know, maybe almost a nasturtium blossom. And okay, so we already talked about those. So remember, don't just look at the shape of things, and use that trick that I showed you from Chit Chat Nails with the piece of paper with the shape of your nail cut out in it, and just go over and take a look at how things are going to look. So I said that I thought this was pretty. That's going to be a really pretty pattern on your nail. Has nothing to do with the butterfly, even though this is meant to, you know, look like a butterfly on the actual plate. And here, this is a very, very pretty pattern that you can do, like I said, in the one, and then the mirror image or reverse on the other. So just move this around, see what you get. And also, if you're doing this in one that's roughly the size of your nail, this will give you a better idea of what's going to be a full nail area for you. So like this for me is definitely a full nail. I can use that as a full nail image. This, if I, once I get the fixed plate, definitely full nail image. And so that'll help you see, like, not only what you can use, but if there's a particular direction that I need to stamp. So like for me, to stamp this one, that's going to be my ideal direction to stamp to get a full nail image that I don't have to worry about. So just play around with it a little bit and see what you get, you know. Maybe you like the idea of having this butterfly with the little butterflies, or maybe you just want it with that flower in the back. And you're gonna, maybe if it were me, I'd have to maybe twist it a little bit to get it all the way on. Don't look at this just as a butterfly plate. Look at it as also some cool background texturing sort of plate as well. All right, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you the Konad plate so you can see how big the relative areas are. And then I'm going to test it out stamping wise. Okay, I'm back with the stamping test. What I did was I wanted to test here and here because I want to show you how in this one the base polish is going to be where the swirls and stuff are, and the stamping polish is going to consist of the majority of your stamping area, and the exact reverse is what you're going to see over here. So you can take a look and you can see the polish I stamped with is the one that's most visible, and then the design is coming through in the white from underneath, whereas here what I'm actually stamping with, the polish I'm stamping with, is the lines of the design. So if you look, I didn't do a perfect job, but I tried to mostly get the mirror images of each other, and you can see how that looks different with the little thistle flower and the swirls and the two different kind of carbon copy designs. And also, of course, you can see that the plate stamps beautifully no matter which side you're stamping on. Okay, I will have stills of everything all linked down below in the description box, and thanks for watching.